Hi, I'm Paige Moreau. I'm a professor of marketing here at the Wisconsin School of Business, and I wanted to talk about my research today on creativity. Our research was inspired by two countervailing trends. On the one hand, there's evidence that the demand for creative talent is increasing. At the same time, research suggests that the supply of creative talent may actually be on the decline. Between the early 1960s and the early 1990s, both of those trend lines were positive. IQ has continued to grow. However, about in the mid-early 90s, we saw creativity scores level off and actually evidence a slight decline. So what happened in the early 90s to cause this trend? There are likely a number of different explanations. Certainly there were changes in educational policy and an explosion in technology. In a nutshell, these changes have enabled us to live in an environment where we are more and more used to being correct. And nowhere is this more evident than in the toy aisle. What used to be a staple of childhood, a box of loose Legos, has been replaced by beautiful sets of Lego kits. What's different between these two things? Well, the loose box of Legos you dump out on the floor and you make something through trial and error. With the kits, however, the end is beautiful, but there is a single solution, it's a correct answer, and there is a single correct way to get there, which in fact is provided by the instructions. So these are ill-defined versus well-defined problems, and our research question is what happens to your subsequent task performance having just completed one or the other of these tasks. So to address these questions, we went into the lab. We had two groups of people. One completed a well-defined problem, and in this case, they actually did put together a Lego kit. The other group completed an ill-defined problem, and they played with Legos for an equivalent amount of time. So following the Lego activity, we had people in both groups complete one aspect of the Torrance test of creativity, and it's called the incomplete figures task. So people are given a sheet of paper with a squiggle, and they are told to create a drawing and to give that drawing a title. And we gave them about 10 minutes to complete this task. We then had those drawings judged based on their creativity and compared the scores for those who had completed the well-defined task, putting together the Lego kit previously, versus the ill-defined task, and we found that those who had put the kit together actually performed significantly worse on this Torrance aspect. So what this research suggests is that if we want to increase creative performance, we need to engage in more and more ill-defined problems and embrace the uncertainty that they present so that we're in a mindset to go into a task with a more creative mentality.